Hi, my name is Jonathan Sanders, and I'm going to tell you how these simple toys got me through some really hard times. High school. It started in ninth grade. I was homeschooled, and that meant few friends. Oh, and I lived in another country. There was that too. It's hard to make friends in your apartment complex when you go up to them and you're like, hey, want to hang out? And then they're like, हाँ हिंदी आती है आपका नाम क्या है हिंदी नहीं आती है ugh Videshi. That means foreigner. Anyway, as I was saying, so you have basically I was adopted by my parents. They're white, by the way, if that was confusing or not, or important. I was born in India, and then at 8 months old, I was adopted by them, and then we moved back to India for their work. So you have this Indian kid who doesn't know any Hindi at all, trying to talk to these other Indian kids who don't know any English at all. As a result, I didn't have a lot of friends. 10th grade came, and I was sent off to boarding school, as it was tradition in my family. All 3 of my brothers and sisters had gone, and they would come back at Christmas and tell me how fun it was. Once I went there, though, I realized my experience would be a little more different than theirs was. My dorm brothers and sisters didn't seem to like me that much. Maybe it was because I was a shy homeschooler. As a result, I spent a lot of time outside of my dorm, spending time with other people. I made one friend who got me through my 10th grade year. But at the end of that 10th grade year, we broke off that friendship. I was too afraid of losing him, and that fear drove me to push him away. Once my 11th year came around, I was told that we were going back to America for our vacation years and to get me some counseling. This meant that I would be enrolled in a Christian high school in Bentonville, Arkansas. Once again, we spoke the same language, which was English, but somehow there was no connect. They couldn't understand the experiences I had had in another country. As a result, I isolated myself once again. I spent a whole year inside my room, half a semester. After the end of that first semester, during my second semester, I was told we were going back to Bangkok, a place I called home. But one of the requirements for me coming to this new school that I was going to be going to was that I would have to redo my second semester of 10th grade. I said yes, though. I was that desperate for change. After suffering depression and even attempting suicide once, after isolation and being unwanted and rejected, finally, change happened. It started with this simple Japanese toy. To flashback, when I was about 9 or 8 years old, I went to a summer camp. And during that summer camp, there were 2 yo-yo performers in a talent show. And I saw them, and I thought to myself, I could do that. That's really cool. So I tried, but it didn't go so well. However, it wasn't till 2 years ago, at that moment, I remembered something that one of the performers had said. Kendama? Oh yeah, I've never tried that. It looks really cool though. So I looked up some videos online, and I thought to myself, again, Self, I'm good with my hands. I could do that. So I looked up online where I could buy one, but I did not turn up a lot of results. However, I knew that in our local mall, there was a hyakuyen shop, or a 100 yen store, also known as Daiso. So on April 20th, 2017, I went and bought my first kendama. It looked exactly like this. Kind of. I mean, this is not a normal kendama by any kind of the standard ones that I have now, but it didn't matter. I was happy for the first time in forever. After the weekend, I happily took it to school and showed it off to all of my friends. After second period, I was heading down the stairs to break, and I heard a voice behind me. Oh, kendama, cool. Long story short, he was a yo-yoer. And I didn't know it, but he was really good. His name was Coleman. After we talked a while, at the end of our conversation, he said, oh yeah, I mostly yo-yo, but I have a spare kendama at home. Would you like it? Whoa, random stranger wants to give me a kendama? And just like that, the next day, he brought it, and it looked like this. That interaction changed my life. It was a friendly interaction after so long. Kendama has changed my life, and it's taught me a lot of things. It's taught me creativity and my desire for performance. It's also taught me how to communicate with people. It's taught me creativity through the flows of tricks that I do, and to push the limits of kendama in the way that I want. And also taught me that the skills that I learned in kendama don't just apply to kendama. Let me show you. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. This is item number 2. This is item number 1 and 3. I want you guys to pick one of these objects. Shout out a number. 2. Now, pick out another object. Hard choice, right? 3. All right. So, in kendama, we use balance a lot. And I've been able to utilize this like this. Or like this. And then to use this other object that we have up here. And even, like I said, creativity. But I think you get the point. And as far as communication goes, I've been able to talk to people when they come up to me and say, hey, what's that thing? Or, hey, can you show me a trick? Or more commonly, hey, show me a trick. For you, though, it may be different. It may be guitar, or photography, or even learning. A hobby can make you happy. It creates a safe space and provides you with a sense of accomplishment. At least it did for me. If you're going through tough times like I did, or have, and you feel that no one understands you, if you know that hobby or skill that makes you feel happy, I encourage you to find it if you haven't. Maybe it'll bring you some happiness. It's a really tough thing to find in hard times. Everyone deserves happiness, and a healthy way to express themselves. You may have to try a couple of things, but it's worth it. And whatever it is, be confident in it. And never give up. Don't let other people tell you it's stupid or lame. My school's population of kendama players is 1. That's me. Kendama has changed my life. The people that I have met because of kendama has changed my life. What will change yours? Thank you.